Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to a new week. I'm so excited for this week because we're going to really dive in deep with how the masculines have been traveling for the first week. So this week I heard that the rebirth is still proceeding, so we're still going to be going through that sort of, well, the masculine, both are going, we're going to be going through some big purges this week. We're both going to be going through some big breakthroughs. I'm feeling like they're showing me like a tickle on the tongue. So I feel like things are going to come to us that we weren't expecting it to come. So let's get straight into this reading and see where it takes us. So for the Phantom, I've got a few cards, by the way. I got 3 decks, the Romance Angels, the Daily Guidance, and the Butterfly. They've told me to take out a few cards, so we're just going to see how it goes. So for the Phantom, what's happening? So join in and decisions are going to be. So this week we really need to be focusing on actually being in the group, finding people who understand us. I feel like there's some sort of decisions that's going to be made, whether it's a decision where we're going to step into a new sort of energy or step into a new sort of I'm hearing paradigm. I feel like we need the support right now. We need to be in the community, because at the moment I think we're going to be going through a bit of a divine feminine purge by this week. This week is going to make it come from midweek, and that's why we need to be with these people. We need to make some wise decisions. I'm hearing we need to make some decisions based on our health, whether we're eating correctly, whether we're not. Also decisions whether we want to proceed into our connection, which they're saying that shouldn't be happening. But there's what I'm really sensing, what they're saying is that a lot of us are kind of feeling like we want to give up, and they're saying don't give up, turn to a community to help us rebuild. I feel like a lot of us have been so alone in this journey that then we're at this point of time where we're like, well, I'm doing all this work, why isn't my masculine here? And they're saying it's because you're not forming yourself in a journey, you're not bringing yourself into the people who you belong with. And they're saying that a lot of us are making really irrational decisions where we want to just give up. And they're saying don't give up. You're going to go through a bit of a purge to the middle of the week. I'm hearing Wednesday and Thursday we're going to go through a big global purge of feminines. And they're saying that we need to be supported and not give up, because a lot of us are feeling like we need to give up. Emotionally, leaving, oh God, leaving and get some rest. A lot of us are feeling a bit highly downloaded at the moment. A lot of us have been going through a lot spiritually and emotionally. A lot of us want to leave, and they're saying don't fully leave, have space. Yeah, get some rest, look after your health. That is something that's really important with your emotions right now, because this is where the decisions come entwined, right? Because we're like, oh, I want to give up. And they're saying, don't give up. Turn to support for this grief and this feelings you're feeling, but also get some rest through the process. Also, maybe leave wherever, don't make any irrational decisions this week, because we're going through a big purge this week. They're saying we've got to be honest with ourselves of what we want. I feel like a lot of us say things but don't actually want it. They're saying you've got to be honest with yourself and actually, actually make decisions based on when you're in a restful place. I'm feeling like a lot of us are being like up in the air, sort of not sleeping correctly, and it's because the masculines are going through the process. It's affecting us and making us want to leave, because the masculines are putting out a sort of weird vibration out because they're going through their purge. And they're saying by midweek we're going to go through our own purge, and it's going to balance out the 2 purges entwined. So that's great. That's a good sign. Spiritually, forgiveness. How many times has this been coming up this week? Seeking and finding. Yeah, we need to stop looking for more answers, and we need to come into forgiveness. That is the ultimate answer for everything. Spiritually, we need to learn to keep learning, keep progressing, but not seeking for other people's validations. When we feel like we're up in the air, we need to turn to forgiveness, girls. Yeah, We need to forgive. We're not forgiving, nothing's working. That's why a lot of us wants to actually leave. A lot of us want to make decisions, really irrational decisions, and want to just leave because they can't handle it. It's because we're not forgiving. We're not actually doing the true work. When you think about it, that's the ultimate work, is forgiveness, right? If we're not forgiving, we're working on our wounds, and why are we doing that, right? So they're saying that stop finding for more answers and actually learn to turn to forgiveness, because that's what you need to be focusing your energy on. So bit of a up and down week this week, girls. As I said, we're only feeling a bit, what's going on, because the masculines are going through their crap, and then once they start to come out of it by midweek, we go through our purge. So it's going to be a bit of a balance. Woo, the masculines, here we go. What's happening? Retirement and health, right? So the masculines are starting to sort of retreat. I'm feeling like they're starting to get a bit insecure. I feel like they're starting to just go, I don't really want to deal with life right now. And at this stage, they're starting to look at themselves in a sort of different way. So this is the rebirth kicking in, yeah? We're kicking in from last week. They're starting to see things a little bit more in depth and a little bit more seriousness, right? They're starting to feel things a little bit more. They're starting to feel love. They're starting to feel like the ties are starting to be cut open. The guards are starting to unleash. They're starting to look at their health in a more logical way, in a more intuitive way, rather than more of like, oh, I don't give a shit, I'm just going to do this, yeah? A bit irrational when you think about it. They're starting to actually listen to their emotions. They're starting to see a bit of a different side in life, but they are a little bit retreating, and that's because they're going through the purge. So that's why we feel like we don't want them, because they're putting out that vibration that they need to retreat. So look at it like that. Okay, so the emotional side, here we go. Dietary change and keep the faith. Right, this is, as I said, they're all going through a big purge right now, yeah? They're cleaning themselves out. They're detoxing themselves, whether they're doing drugs, whether they're cleaning their act up, whether they're starting to see a bit of faith in life. I feel like because of this purge that they've experienced last week, they're starting to see life a bit like, oh, this is life. Like, I understand things a little bit more clearly now. And this is really entwined with the whole what's happening, is because they're starting to listen to their emotions. They're starting to listen to their health. Sorry. And they're starting to retreat themselves because they're actually listening and not distracting themselves. A lot of the time when they meet their feminine and be awakened, they're distracting themselves the whole time, and they're actually finally starting to sit with how they feel and having a bit of faith in life. So they're growing, girls, and the reason why we feel like, oh, you know, I want to run away because I can't handle it, it's because they're giving that impression that they need to retreat, they need to just take a step back. So energetically we're responding in a very like, oh, we'll start for you sort of thing, when really they need to do that for their healing. Spiritually, support and courage. Oh, bless them. Bless the masculines right now. Right now, spiritually, they just need that love. They need that compassion. They need us to support them, right? They need us to be there for them, but not physical, girls. No physical at all. They need to do this energetically, 5D. They need to know that they can get through this. They need to they need to be forgiven. Yeah, they need to be forgiven in order to grow. They're needing your support right now. They're needing to have that courage to step out into the world and have the faith. Yeah, they're purging, girls. They're really purging. We need to support them. We need to be there for them. We need to show them forgiveness. That's why forgiveness has come up for us, because we need to forgive them through this time. It's very important for their journey and for their healing. What's happening for both parties? Cool. Volunteer and finances. For both parties, we're stepping into a new energy. We're stepping into a new thing that we've never played before. We're starting to actually step into a bit of a finance work, energetically and maybe emotionally and maybe in heart space. We're both like, what the hell is going on? I feel really out there. But in the 3D physical world, we're starting to actually get our finances sorted. both parties. We're finally starting to unblock these blockages that we're currently experiencing, and we're starting to actually put ourselves out there and actually start to be nice to people, or start to do things for people, or actually, like, you know, do charities or do something like that. We're starting to actually put ourselves out there for a good cause. I'm hearing good cause. So both parties, even though the masculines want to retreat, they're retreating from their feelings and rather putting themselves, like, still, you know, being quite active, kind of, you know, saving quite well, doing stuff like that really well. And the feminines are really just going, well, stuff you sort of thing, and I'm just gonna help humanity. So the feminines are starting the ball rolling with actually life purpose and charity work and putting themselves out there. The masculines are coming up now. I'm seeing them kind of running up to us now, and we're finally starting to go into a mojo. So what do we both need to know? Wow, end of an era, employment. We both need to know we're stepping into a new energy. We're stepping into a new thing we've never experienced before. We're starting to actually find our purpose. We're actually seeing that through this purge, we're going to understand who we are. We actually understand what type of roles we're going to do in the life. We both need to know that this is the end of the old way that your connection was. You're stepping into something new. So don't get disheartened, feminines. Don't give up on your masculine. Show him support, but also don't run away. Don't run away completely from the journey. As I said, running is an illusion now. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter anymore. We're past that point. We're at the end of an era. It's done. We're done with the running. We're more holding space and allowing them to purge and do what they got to do. Having said that, we have to go through our purge too. So, you know, we're not necessarily going to have an amazing time midweek. We're going to be going through our purge, and it's going to leave us feeling a bit, what's going on? But they're saying that we both just need to know that we're stepping into a new thing. You know, employments are coming up, purging's coming up, but it's all because it's the end. We're moving into something new. All right, so what's blocking union? So feelings and dynamics. Yeah. So what's blocking union is actually working on the connection, working on the dynamic. This is what I'm saying about the whole running thing. The running and chasing only happens, I feel like it always happens, but the thing is, it's like, it's not needed anymore. Yeah, we don't need to be doing that anymore. We need to hold space. We need to be working on the connection. We need to be tapping into our feelings. A lot of us are still, you know, especially the masculines, are not super in their feelings right now, and the feminines are not super in the connection right now. So we need to make sure that we're bringing them both together, so then union is possible for you. That is what's blocking union. Yeah, the feelings on the masculines and the dynamic, working on the dynamic with the feminines, because the feminines think, oh, I've done them all, I'm overdoing the work, I'm done. They're saying you can't give that up, because that's blocking the union. It's blocking of opening up those feelings, opening up those, you know, the courage, you know, everything like that. If we want our masculines to come through, we need to hold the space for them so they can come through safely. So, what does the feminines need to be focusing on? Ooh, geez. Deception. Yeah. Family. Change in direction. I'm hearing change in direction to the way you're dealing with everything right now. Yeah? Doing new types of healing, I'm hearing. Doing forgiveness work, doing something different. Right now we're like a pitter party in our bed. Like we're just wanting things to happen. We're getting frustrated. It's annoying, and they're saying it's just not serving you anymore. You need to move into a new direction. I'm seeing the angels, so I feel like the angels are going to guide you in that direction. I feel like it's some sort of doing something for you. I'm hearing like going out and doing a painting, or doing something that's courageous. Do something that you enjoy doing, because what's happening right now is doing you no justice. It's doing you nothing, because it's only making you more upset, and it's making you want to run. Yeah, so we need to look at it in a different lens, a different direction. They're saying that we need to be working on our ego. I feel like a lot of us have tapped into ego right now. The spiritual ego is because we're wanting to give up. Yeah, we're like, well, stuff them, I'm done. And they're saying you need to take that mask off and actually show who you really are. I feel like a lot of us are sort of pretending that it's all their fault and it's not ours. Well, you've just tapped into your ego, haven't you? Yeah, there's always work to do. There's always things we can improve on. And I feel like we're just so focused on them and what they should do that we've just created some sort of ego trip on ourselves. We need to be looking at that, right? Looking at our ego, looking at when our spiritual ego is coming up, looking at what am I judging for them. I'm hearing the judgment and I'm hearing the possessiveness and jealousy. Yeah, we need to look at those directions and actually move in accordingly to that. Working on our family dynamic. I feel like a lot of us think, well, I've done now, I'm sorted. No, you're never sorted. There's always other layers to work through. We must always keep moving forward, looking in different directions, yeah? Not just looking at one direction and that's union. We need to look at, okay, family, past relationships, my ego. How's my ego playing? How am I projecting my ego onto my twin? Yeah? We need to be looking in those directions, yeah? Because right now, nothing's really working. If anything, we're backing off. We're going back. We're going backwards because we're not getting what we want. And that's the ego. That's the ego. So, trustworthy guidance. So for some of us, we're doing really well getting to know each other. Yeah? There's nothing to worry about. And entrepreneur. A lot of us are really stepping into our self-employment, entrepreneur. We're really starting to get into our business, and we need to be focusing on that right now. We need to be actually listening to ourselves. I'm hearing 5D. I feel like we need to be starting to communicate in 5D with our twin more, and actually thinking like there's actually nothing to worry about, girls. You're fine. Everything's going to be fine. You've just got to trust it, and you've just got to keep focusing on your business, focusing on things that are keeping you occupied, but also deepening the connection in 5D with your twin, because that's really, really important right now. All right, so what does the masculines need to be focusing on? Yeah, this is exactly what, this is great. This could be the one. Retreat. See only love. And be honest with yourself. So as I was saying before, the masculines are retreating, and that is what they need to do. That's what they need to do. Yeah, no pressure on this. They need to do this for them, for you, for everything. They need to retreat so they can find love with you. They can see that you are the one. Yeah? They need to retreat because they need to be honest with themselves, because truth only comes when we retreat and be quiet. Yeah? So, feminines, don't give up on the masculine. Work on your ego. Work on your family issues. Work and see that direction. Choose different directions. So then the masculines can actually chill out for a bit, yeah? Can actually understand what's going on without you guys putting your energy on him. Yeah, we're putting an energy that you need to be with me. You need to be with me. You know, you're purging, so you need to be with me. No. They need to retreat to process all this purge. They need to see the love. They need to be honest with themselves through this. They need to know that you are the one. So the only way you're going to find if you're the one, if you let go for a second, focus on your stuff, right? So then they can understand what real love is, because when we're quiet, we hear the voice. And the masculines are doing that. So it's great. But we need some serious good look. We need to look at ourselves a little bit at the moment, feminines. I'm feeling like we are a little bit, we're thinking our shit doesn't stink at this point in time because we've done all this work. And I'm just feeling like there's just so much pressure. Like I'm seeing us yell at the masculines because they're not where we are. Yeah, we need to just take a break, take a seat for a second and have a look at our ego. Have a look at our mask that we're wearing at the moment, because obviously we're all hurt, right? Whether we know it or not, we hurt because we're not forgiving people. We're not forgiving people. So when we don't want to forgive, we run because we can't deal with it. They're saying it's not needed right now. You just need to allow them to take their time and process. So then they can understand that you're the one, that you're the one that wants to do this. They want to be with. So trustworthy guidance. Oh, bless them. I feel really sorry for the masculines this week. So ask, fresh air, and passion. Right now they're guided just to have a break. Yeah, go outside, relax, ask for help. doing things that make you feel good, allow your heart to sing. When they're in passion, they find love, right? And when they're in love, you know, quiet time, they see you ultimately. So the bottom of the decks is heavenly signs, childhood, children, and ground yourself. So Fedimans, I think this is really based on you, where we need to be working on inner child wounds, period, yeah? Because that's what's still in the middle. It's what's actually in the middle between both. And actually just keep doing the spiritual work, keep being, you know, seeing the healing, seeing the signs, seeing everything that's around, and making sure we're grounded this week, because we're going to be going through our purging Wednesday, Thursday next week. The masculines are coming out as we go in. So we need to just allow them to just breathe. We need to take the step away from the energetic and the expectations, and have a look at ourselves. Yeah, take off that mask, girls, and have a look at yourselves of who you really are. Tap into the family wounds, the childhood wounds. We're not doing that, nothing will change. I mean, it will change regardless, but you know, they're not going to realize if we don't do that. Okay, so I'm sorry if this came across a little direct. It was quite needed. Okay, one more. They're just like, one more. Child, again. Another child. There's two childs and family. What the hell? So it just shows, girls, we need to be doing inner child wounds this week. We need to be looking at our inner child and taking that mask off and actually seeing that as our healing, rather than when's he going to wake up because he needs to purge. Okay, so if you guys need any, I've got programs, I've got services, past life readings, soul readings, Reiki healings. If you need any of that, please look down below. And hopefully you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys Wednesday. Namaste.